Welcome to Brands Hatch and the famous Indy circuit, where 24 pocket rockets will do battle today and provide a racing entertainment spectacle, the likes of which could grace any West End stage. First though, here's an update on what's been happening so far. The opening round of the championship screamed into life on the Mallory Mile Oval back in April. 3 races make up each round, and the first race of the new season set a brilliant standard as Darren Hill squeaked past John Mickle at the flag by centimetres. Race 2 showed just how close the pocket rockets run together. Only this occasion, they got too close. Yet again, it was a superb drive by Darren Hills who secured victory over Steve Thompson this time. Race 3 was also a classic, with double winner Hills in green 21, Steve Thompson in the red and white machine, and the bold Tick Stewart in blue 2. And Tick it was who pulled off this stunning manoeuvre and went on to win. From Mallory, the teams headed to South Wales and Pembrey, the venue again providing close, spectacular motorsport, with Team Brask's John Mickle and the ever-cheerful Gary Thomas running out equal on points. In Scotland for round 3, Tick was in great form and arrived at Brands Hatch for round 4, having won 5 of the 8 races to date. And in that first race at Brands, John Mickle led away from pole with the colourful pack in close attendance. Later though, John spun out on the exit of Druids and was closely followed in rotating form by double Mallory winner Darren Hills. Drive of the day though went to Andy Craig, who took his first ever race win.
I mean, I saw John go off and I really thought I was just waiting for everyone to appear in the mirrors, and I saw there's a bit of a gap. And so I thought I was waiting for them to join the party. They didn't turn up. I thought, oh, I'll party on my own then, leave them. I think I've got to start from 17th the next one, so we should I'll try and keep it in one piece if I go past people.
All of which meant that the championship top 6 looked like this. Steve Thompson in 6th spot, it's Ian Sturt, the newcomer, in 5th. Up into 4th position has come Gary Thomas, still smiling, whilst 3rd in the championship to date, John Mickle, Team Brask's man. 2nd in the championship at the moment, double winner from Mallory, Darren Hills, while it's Tick Stewart in the Old Spice number 2 championship leader. So here we are then at Brands Hatch on the Indy circuit for the second race of 3 here this weekend. Ian Sturt on pole position, and looking back, Peter Morton in the silver and maroon car number 32, squeezing between the team twin car. We're on board with Gary Thomas, the legend car working well, and Pete Amos has got it sideways. Oh, and Amos has spun to the inside, also up into the gravel has gone. I think that might be Lisa Morgan back there, but let's have a look. Steve Pearce, certainly a spinner there. They all seem to negotiate Druids, those that got through anyway. Down the hill they dive, side by side. We've got Steve Thompson on the outside there, Neil Thomas on the inside at 56. He picks up the position. Well, they're all remarkably finding a bit of tarmac on which to play, but look at that. Tick Stewart it is who, from the inside of the second row, has bounced on through to lead this race. Well, he's been in such fine form as, again, one of the Fountain twins bouncing across the grass there. I think on this occasion, yes, it was indeed. It was Chris, and there is Chris, pumped there by Simon Durrell in the 96 car. Well, he's going to rejoin, I think. And spinning out also as if in sympathy is Paul Thomas. They cross the line to complete their first lap of the 8 here. Tick Stewart it is who leads. Great battle going on for 4th place. There is back in 5th in 51 is Rob Fountain. He's got Peter Morton breathing down his neck. Up the hill they come. Tick Stewart leads then. Ian Sturt there in 2nd. It's Steve Thompson 3rd. Great scramble. Everybody else, it would seem, wants to be 4th, although they're not quite sure who that should go to at the moment. It looks to be Neil Thomas who's holding that position, but look at the pressure that Stevie Thompson is applying to Ian Sturt, and Sturt runs a little bit wide there. Thompson will go to the inside, but Sturt will protect the position. We're on board here with Ian Sturt, snatches another gear, drops down into, that'll be 3rd gear through there. Very basic inside, as you can see the car almost worn by Ian rather than being driven by him. He guides it through, gets a bit of opposite lock on, snatches another gear. You can see the gap there from 2nd where Ian Sturt is to the leader Tick Stewart. A great scrap going on for 3rd place still with in the 51 car Rob Fountain trying to get on terms, but at the moment it's not quite working for him. Oh, and into the gravel has gone Neil Thomas, and so too in there as well is Steve Thompson, and Thompson's bogged down. Oh, when will his luck ever end? A spinner there is John Mickle. He's having a dreadful time. He was trying new tyres at this meeting, so whether that's the problem, Well, Gary Thomas with a clear track ahead of him. They're absolutely frantic as ever, these pocket rockets, with their Yamaha engines underneath the bonnet working like fury, and Peter Morton trying to go for that 5th position, and he's got it. So Pete Morton goes up to 5th place. I'll recap the order for you in a minute when we get a moment to breathe. Oh, there's going to be contact there again. Oh, Morton spins, and Fountain has also spun out. So too involved in that was Simon Durrell. He's come at it the best of them. Gary Thomas, though, is going to launch himself up the inside. Will tend to place. Oh, he's on the grass. God, blimey. I don't think Simon Durrell saw Gary Thomas by the side of him there. Tomo did the right thing and backed off. Blue smoke from him coming out on the overrun. Look at him to the inside of Durrell. Surely this time up the hill. Well, we're on board here with Gary Thomas. There's a gap up the inside. He'll take the place up at Druids, drop down through the gears, turn it in, balance the power and the throttle. Watch how those front wheels are working. Down the hill they come. So Gary Thomas then picks up that place from Simon Durrell. Oh, Durrell's overcooked it. Oh, sideways motoring in finest style. Well held, Simon. The car control at its best. Well, Gary Thomas now looks ahead. If he'd look behind, he'd see he's got Chris Fountain all over the grass, his rear fender, as they call them in the States, blowing in the wind. I suspect that might be just upsetting his handling a little bit. It's certainly a distraction. He's got Gary Maloney ahead of him in the number 7 car there, the brightly liveried machine, the coupe model. Looks very fine indeed. And at the moment, Fountain trying to come around the outside of it. I think he's going to do that. He'll pick up that place. Seems to have the legs of him on the straight. Oh, doesn't he? Maloney fights back on the inside, holds his line, but he's going to be passed around the outside. Oh, and meanwhile, Andy Craig, the race 1 winner, and Nigel Kelsey there diving into the grass, or rather into the gravel. So too, with a little bit of a foray off into the gravel, has gone Rob Fountain. They're all diving in there now. It's like one big party at Druids, or rather paddock, I should say. Well, I can't make out quite who that is in all the dust. We'll sort that one out in a moment. Oh, talk about let mayhem commence. And Gary Maloney's got it all out of shape. Well, you saw him there, he overcooked it. Lisa Morgan spins in sympathy as well. She's gathered it up, but Gary Maloney is in the gravel. Let's just have a look. Oh, blimey. Right, well, that was why we saw Chris Fountain going off into the gravel. He's well and truly barbecued that engine. We're back with the battle for 2nd place. Ian Sturt holds it at the moment. Darren Hills in the green 21 behind him desperately wants it. Hills, of course, needs a good result here to help his championship aspirations. He lies 2nd in the championship at the moment to this man coming up the hill. The other car into the gravel there, incidentally, was Keith Wood, the journalist who's driving the media car this weekend, and they're all getting very close for 2nd place. Sturt being caught well and truly now by Darren Hills. Hills, look at him sniffing around the back end there. Can he find a way round to the right? No, he can't. What about down the left? He'll have a go, but I think Ian Sturt will close the door and say, if you want to come through there, sunshine, you've got to work harder than that. 3 Surtees then. Ian Sturt. Tick Stewart, incidentally, the championship leader, has gone romping off into the distance, have built a 4.5 second advantage almost now into the closing stages as we come. Stuart Chorley's going to take the checkered flag this time and add yet another victory to his haul of those. His hand is out of the car already, salutes the checkered flag as he crosses the line. Who's going to get second? Oh, Sturt will get it by half a car length from Hills. But what another fine victory there from Tick Stewart as he passes all those stranded cars in the gravel trap. Well, mayhem or what? Let's have a look then. Confirmation of the 2nd race here at Brands Hatch. Tick Stewart takes the victory. Ian Sturt confirmed in 2nd with Darren Hills 3rd, Gary Thomas and Simon Durrell 4th and 5th.
At the start I kept thinking, just pace myself, and everyone keeps saying I'm a bit erratic, but I think it was a good race. I just tipped away, you know.
You said you were the man to beat in Legends this morning. You're proving it now.
I'm the man to beat, but there's one other race to go as yet. I've been known before on TV to do 2 races and not 3, but no, the car's good. My team's behind me 110% at the moment, and I mean, I can't go wrong at the moment. I mean, I was at the right place at the right time at the right moment, you know.
One final question, what was that all about in the slowing down lap?
I don't know, but I think I might get told off in the box later. I mean, the crowd up the top, the crowd here today at Brands Hatch are awesome. I mean, they're all up chapping and clearing, and I got a bit sideways, and I think the emotion got a bit too high.
No, he just had the legs on me, but I could see Darren catching me, and I thought, you ain't coming past me, Darren. Fantastic race. Somebody dumped on the oil up there which slowed things down a little bit, but can't ask for a better result than that. Well placed.
Tick said he was the man to beat in Legends.
Yeah, Tick is unbelievable. He's so quick, such a clean driver as well. A bit of a bat with him in the race before last. Fantastic.
I had to start a long way back in that race. I made a right old sort of terrible tyre choice for the first race. I tried some new ones and they're awful, so that really did let me down. But third was good from 15th, so I'm not too worried about that. We've got the final to go yet, so we'll be there for that one.
You said no way we were going to get past him for second.
I know, he had a lot of road, and I nearly got him on the last lap, but all credit to him, he held me off. I could have passed him on paddock a couple of times, but the yellow flags were out, so I couldn't get through then. But once we got back on the greens, we were both on it again, and I just couldn't find a way past him, so next race.
Welcome back to Brands Hatch. We're about to get underway with race 3. On the front row, we've got Gary Maloney. Steve Pearce should have been on the front there, but he can't continue, and Maloney gets a good start. So too, though, round the outside is Nigel Kelsey, also getting away well there. Side by side, Steve Thompson and one of the team twin cars, the light blue machines. We're going to get them to change their livery so I can spot which one is which, I think. But certainly lots of nudging and boring going on. Oh, the spinner there is Rob Fountain. So it was Rob Fountain who made the good start. He's going backwards round Druids at the moment, but he'll sort himself out, no doubt. There we're watching the number 2 car of Tick Stewart. Remember, already got one victory here. Andy Craig is the other. We've got Darren Hills taking to the apex on the grass. Tick Stewart going round the outside of him. He'll pick up that place, but as they come towards us with Pete Amos at the moment, the dust incidentally being kicked up. Oh, there's contact back there. Well, was he seen in all the dust? Paul Thompson, that was, and Simon Durrell getting in a bit of a tangle. They've both continued, and Steve Thompson spins. Oh, well, how did they avoid him? I do not know. Let's work ourselves out as they come to complete one lap of the 10 here. A 10-lap race, the final here at Brands. And Pete Amos leads under pressure, though, round the outside from John Mickle. Mickle wants the position. John Mickle confirmed, incidentally, after that second race as we ride on board with Gary Thomas, that Mickle had run new tyres. He's changed back to an old set now because the others were, like, running on glass. Oh, and there's contact with Gary Thomas into the gravel. So too Paul Thompson. Well, what went on up there? There was a lot of bumping and boring going on as they came up the hill. We couldn't quite see it, but Gary Thomas certainly losing out there. Gary Maloney's continued on his way, but our race leader at the moment is John Mickle. The dust there that's been laid down due to some oil being put down by a previous race here at Brands Hatch on the Indy circuit. But at the moment, the Old Spice Legends running very nicely indeed. There is John Mickle, Pete Amos second, then Nigel Kelsey. In 56, it's Neil Thomas. Behind him is Simon Durrell. Towards as they come, Mickle, Amos, Kelsey, Thomas, then Darren Hills under pressure from both Simon Durrell, and look who's also there in the white and blue car is Tick Stewart. But at the moment, Hills trying to go around the outside of Durrell. Durrell will fight back on the inside for sure. They're side by side, those two. Ooh, nearly a bit of contact there, but to be fair, Simon gave the room and Hills slops through while Mickle leads them all round Druids. Yellow flags flying there, so there'll be no overtaking. Well, there's not supposed to be anyway. They're all trying to hold on to their positions. And a locked wheel there from Darren Hills. Nigel Kelsey doesn't get the best line. What a brilliant line and a run through by Darren Hills. He went past Kelsey there as though Kelsey was standing still. Squabbling and fighting back there in the positions they are. Simon Durrell moves past Nigel Kelsey, but this man is definitely on the charge at the moment, and he's through almost into third place. There he's alongside Pete Amos. Amos will be pushed out wide, holding the position at the moment. And we saw Pete Amos have the spin earlier on, and he's going to lose out though, sadly. He's on the high, wide and handsome line is that man there, Pete Amos, and Tick Stewart goes through. So Mickle leads, Hill second, Stewart there in third, Pete Amos in fourth place. Simon Durrell moves past Thomas's car. We're on board with Ian Sturt. Oh, loads of traffic. Breathe in, press the long and thin button. Well, what supreme racecraft from Ian Sturt. No wonder he's the highest placed newcomer in the championship thus far. Lies fifth in the championship with the 3 rounds complete that we've already had at Mallory, Pembrey and Knockhill. Oh, and a retirement there. Well, Neil Thomas sadly will retire the number 56 Race Tech car, but no retiring going on here. They're not being shy either, for that matter. Darren Hills holding off the ravaging challenge from Tick Stewart. Stewart gets in his wheel tracks. He'll try to slipstream him down here. Hills takes the high line, and Stewart follows him. He dummied in there. He's going to be side by side. Will Hills give way? Yes, he will, I think, is the answer. He's going to be demoted down to third place. So Tick Stewart really on a charge at the moment. That engine is running so strong, but Hills fights back up the inside. Can't get through there. And while these two fight it out for second place, John Mickle has built himself about a 1 second lead. It's hardly a thing at all, is it? Through Graham Hill Bend then. Oh, and Hills has lost it! Oh, it was running so strongly there in third place and really putting the pressure on Tick Stewart. That's going to be a gift for Tick Stewart. Gary Maloney has another spin in his favourite place on Graham Hill Bend, and so too again does Rob Fountain. Well, they're spinning like crazy here, like a load of tops, aren't they? But we're on board with Ian Sturt. Coming up to half distance, Sturt lying behind Peter Morton. Morton is in fourth place at the moment. Sturt, who we're riding with, is in fifth place. He's got Nigel Kelsey behind him. Across the line, look for the laps to go, but there it is, 5 to go. So a half distance, as we say. There is Ian Sturt. Has been superb. He's taken to Legends Racing absolutely superbly well, and very quickly found himself up there amongst the front runners. At the moment, the front runner in the race overall is John Mickle, and that is him dropping down Graham Hill, swinging it through Graham Hill Bend, just rides that front left tyre up onto the curbing, where hopefully he gets a little bit more grip. Head down, charging hard. Tick Stewart, though, is urging himself on behind. Simon Durrell third. There is fifth and sixth place men, respectively Peter Morton and Ian Sturt. Well, I've mentioned about Sturt, but this man here, Tick Stewart, has really grabbed this championship by the scruff of his neck. Let's just have a look at Darren Hills' spin before and watch what goes on behind as Hills spins out of that position. You'll see that Simon Durrell there slows. He's passed by Peter Morton. As we go on board with Ian Sturt, he goes past Durrell as well. So all change there for what is now a new third and fourth place man. We're back there with our first and second place men. John Mickle, and they're in second place in the number 2 car. I like it when it's like that. It's all nice and tidy. Is Tick Stewart. Well, Stewart started the weekend saying he reckoned he could win all 3 races. He didn't manage to do it in the first one. He did take the victory, as we've already seen, in the second race. He's got a lot of work to do now to catch John Mickle, but he is closing in on him, setting faster and faster time. He's already set the fastest lap of the race so far with a 57.82, which is almost 80 miles an hour here around the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. It's all about keeping a nice tidy line. You can see there how he's closing in on John Mickle. Up the curbs at Surtees, move across to McLaren, takes a different line there, look, Mickle protects the inside, and look how close they are on the penultimate lap. He's gone round the outside, and Tick Stewart, surely he's not going to try and go out. No, he decides to just drop back in behind John Mickle, and they start their final lap of this 10-lap race, and Tick Stewart again goes around the outside. Look how wide he's running round there. He's going to try and go on the inside all the way up to Druids. Side by side they're going to be up the hill, and who will be the last of the late great breakers? Is it going to be Mickle? Is it going to be Stewart? And Stewart goes through, so Tick Stewart leads now. Well, he timed it to perfection, didn't he? Absolutely brilliant stuff from Tick Stewart. He's a bit wide in at Graham Hill Bend. Will John Mickle look down the inside? No, he won't. Well, all change or what? And Mickle's going to go back on him this side. Mickle's got the inside line now as we come into Surtees, and he goes through. So talk about changing fortunes for Tick Stewart. Closing in on John Mickle. Right within this time, he's perfectly poised there. If he wants to try and have a go, he's going to look round the outside. Again, goes to the outside, tucks back in. Will he try and run round the outside? Yes, he will again, into Paddock, being urged on the pit lane. In fact, they've got another lap to go. I thought they're on their final lap, but they've got one more lap to do on the Indy Circuit, which is great news for us, because Tick Stewart and John Mickle are like a pair of swashbucklers, and they are well and truly buckling their swashes out there, aren't they? Stewart on the outside, Mickle on the inside. Mickle protects the line this time. He doesn't want to see Tick Stewart go up the inside of him. And while these two have been fighting it out like a pair of pirates on the high seas, behind, Peter Morton is saying, this is great stuff. You carry on swabbling, boys, because I am coming through. And you'll see the purple and silver machine behind getting closer and closer. Simon Durrell there is still rolling round to try and pick up points, but we're going to see a three-way battle now as they come into the final sequence of corners on their way towards a checkered flag, which is in hand at the start-finish line. Mickle wants the victory so desperately to add to his one earlier in the year. But at the moment, Tick Stewart's going to push him hard. Mickle, though, looks as though he's going to hang on. It's going to be an absolutely enthralling finich. Here comes Stewart round the outside. So Peter Moore goes to the inside and on the line. Tick Stewart just hangs on by 0.02 of a second. Tick Stewart gets the victory on the line. Well, superb stuff from Tick and John. Peter Morton picks up third place with Ian Sturt there in fourth, and Andy Craig, the race one winner, picking up fifth. Well, Peter Hughes is with the winner.
Tick, I suppose you're going to tell me you could have won it any time and that was just for show.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it, eh? An old veteran sent a dummy up there, but it was good, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I mean, awesome racing here today. I mean, it is the best. I sent a dummy to see if I could do it, and then I waited and let him by, and then done it on the last lap again. You know, down here for dancing, up here for thinking.
You had a cunning plan.
I like when a plane comes together. I mean, we only went for a sixth, to be honest, a comfortable sixth to try and win the day, and then I kept seeing the gaps, and I think, car's good, I'm feeling good, let's get going, and I kept reeling him. Would you believe it, when it went across the line, I snapped the camshaft. That's why I had to be pushed in by another driver.
Just as well it didn't happen 100 yards sooner.
100 yards sooner, and he would have got me on the line.
Obviously, I wasn't quick enough. He just reeled me in. I see him come. I couldn't do nothing about it. I held him off a couple of laps and come over the line. I didn't think he tried it the lap before and he didn't have enough room to get round the outside. But obviously, he must have got a better slingshot off it out the bend. But the team brass and the mass engine just weren't quick enough. At the end of the day, it just wouldn't come at the corners. And perhaps it was just one of them unlucky days. And tomorrow's another day. We'll always be back for more.
I thought the two of them were watching one another, and I just sneaked up and I thought they haven't seen me coming, and I thought they might have a coming together. It might be my day, but I'll settle with third. To come third behind these two guys is a great achievement. They're two fantastic racers, and to be up there with them, I'm really pleased. Oh, there is some talent out there. There is some really talent, and there's a lot of trust within the drivers as well. As you can see today, the racing's very, very close, and you've got to have that trust with each other. They're just a great set of lads and a great car to drive. But I'm happy with third all day long. We've had a brilliant day.
And we too have had some brilliant entertainment from the legends. Peter Morton, we're just hearing from there, back in 7th place now in the championship, but right at the top, look at that healthy advantage that Tick Stewart has over 2nd placed Ian Sturt. John Mickle in 3rd with Darren Hills in 4th and Gary Thomas 5th. And that is the way the championship looks. So following an awesome performance...